based on this breakout card appearing as the sneak preview, and it looks like it took place around 1 o'clock. There's a sharp drop in there, actually, right around there. Well, in any case, hopefully people got into long positions here in the morning. End of day is a cash out opportunity as well. You wanna be going into a short position here, guys. Take profits on the long side and get into a short position. I do like a partial short just in case tomorrow we see the highs one more time. It is a possibility. And we were on point as far as opening higher as well. Hey, AV. Not sure if you caught what I was saying, but now would be a good time to cash out. A little bit earlier would have been a better time, but if you're in a long position in SPY, now would be a good time to cash out and open up a partial short just in case tomorrow we have another opportunity, in which case I'd add to the short position. So if you're just hopping on, guys, we were talking about how just a little while ago would have been a perfect time to get out. We're talking about a high at the end of the day here and a cash out opportunity before there's a low correlation here in the post market. So either a notable trough or low at the in the post market, or it would be the following day we open significantly lower. That's what I think probably happens, and then we might see the opportunity to add to a partial short. So you should be closing long positions here if you haven't done so, and opening up a partial short position. Gotcha, AV. I expect that this will be a pretty significant move to the downside here, guys. So hop into shorts if you haven't already. Do not wait. This is going down. Partial shorts, guys. Partial shorts. Hey, it was luck. But I was on point as far as when I said yesterday where we were going to have a breakout based on this card. We would have a breakout through this price level. And that's exactly what took place. Well, I don't know why it goes back to SPY like that. That's so annoying. Total bug. Oh, pretty sure we see higher price levels. We'll see higher price levels on like the 12th, 13th. Excuse me. And then as far as so higher price level in February, March. It's hard to say there. Um, I think we probably see the same highs as what we established here in the later part of January. If we're going to see higher price level, it won't. It most likely won't be until April, May, like probably closer to May, but like April, May area. I don't think we see 525 this week. Let me see what the cards say, but my sense is that we don't see 525 this week. Yeah, no 525 this week. And I got 525 and 500 next week. Will we see 467 on SPY end of day tomorrow? Whoa. I got a clear kinetic yes on that. 467 by end of day tomorrow. Wow. Hey, Robert. Jasmine's coming out tonight. Got a little held up again, but Jasmine's coming out tonight, and my new video editor is starting tonight as well. So that should speed up things quite significantly. Do you mean will NVIDIA go higher than it is right now tomorrow before its decline? Is that what you're asking? I guess that's probably what you're asking. I don't think we'll see a higher price level tomorrow. We might come close one more time this week in the midst of some real price swings, but that's kind of like hard to say. I'm a little on the fence about it. Yeah, I got a no for that. It does not go higher than it currently is tomorrow. I think in the next edition of the Tarot for Traders book, I'm going to talk more about. I'm going to do more about proper questions to ask, because what It Was Luck was asking, like, if I asked that question specifically, it probably would have been a yes, because the way that it was worded, it's basically asking if there's movement to the upside tomorrow before a decline. But what he intended to ask was quite different. So it's important to make sure that you're asking like definitive questions, you know what I mean? Like with no room for ambiguity or gray area. That's how you get the most clear answers. The clarity of the answers mirrors that of the question. Oh, and Robert, by the way, both of those Sui and Jasmine both look like winners. Two good picks. Look out for the altcoin picker readings that are coming out relatively soon too, within like the next week or so, within the next 7 days, somewhere in there. Will SPY close before 476 today? I got a no for that. Now, it's possible that we might even move back to, probably don't, but there's a resistance level that's highlighted here at the close. So still a good opportunity here to open up a partial short, guys. Didn't mean to call you out on that. It was luck. It just got me thinking. Will SDIG be at a higher price level at any point in January in comparison to its current price level? Any point in January 2024. I got a yes. Will BTBT be at a higher price level at any point in the month of January 2024 in comparison to to its current price level? I got a no for BTBT. Hey, Primal Cypher. I recall you doubting Bitcoin would revisit highs at the end of the month of December. Just want to brush my shoulders off there real quick. So my thoughts on Bitcoin. So there's going to be buy opportunity. We'll probably see a higher price level or back to the highs of like, let me see here. It's on the 8th, 9th. Well, first we see a lower one. This is actually pulling me. I'm feeling some trough over here I might have left out in January. There's a dip there. There's like a big move higher and then a drop. And then we have a buy opportunity. First we have a like probably another price level around like 469 or 469.9, probably somewhere around like the 13th, but also a notable decline, a lot of price change there around the 13th off of that high. And it looks like that continues into the 16th. Like many of the other things in January, there's like a really important trough or probable lowest low there on the 16th after a sharp drop here. And so the trough that we see on the 16th, maybe even the 17th, but probably the 16th, that trough, decline into that trough is going to be an important one on like a 1 year chart scale as far as like an opportunity to enter into Bitcoin. I might add to the reading, the 2024 reading, because I feel like I left out a significant trough or lowest low right here at the end of May, June. But that's Bitcoin. Oh, 100% Primal. That's why in all of my videos, I always talk about how it's really important to follow the sequence of events as predicted by the prediction, like the sequence of events as outlined, because you have to give like a 1 month, like plus or minus a day of wiggle room here or there in some cases, because not each card's energy will line up perfectly with 1 day of time. So there are some cases where it'll be off by like a day here or there. In like a bad reading, or what I consider a bad reading, it might be like plus or minus 2 days here or there, or it'll be like plus or minus a day multiple times. I consider that a bad reading. It happens occasionally. But as long as you follow the sequence of events, that will keep you on track. And usually when we're off by a day, at some point we get back on track as far as the timing. Uh I'm not sure what you're saying here though about the January said will be a high on the 5th, 6th, and then there will be a decline, but we had a higher high. I'm not sure. Um, I'm not sure if maybe you missed the part about the cross reading congruency here on the 9th for highest high on like a 1 year chart. And we also did have a decline. I mean, this is a significant decline, right? You have to think about the intraday behavior as well as not just the candlestick bodies. Do I have a favorite tarot card? Either the Magus or the Star card are probably my favorite cards. Guidance on COP. Is that Capital One? ConocoPhillips, right, right, right. I got a yes for January and for February as far as COP going higher. It actually looks like it's at a really critical support level right here. And it looks like the support level holds. There might be a sharp drop, but it holds. All right, guys. So hopefully people are following along and open close out of any long positions that they might have opened at the very beginning of the day. So hopefully people got out of the longs that they opened in the morning for a day trade. They might have gotten out a little early based on the reading, but still for a good profit. And then here at this high, which took place at 3:07, we had the high here between 2 and 3 o'clock, so we were off by 7 minutes. That was where you should have cashed out of the long position and opened up a short position. Short position indicated by the overall theme. And I recommend a partial short if you didn't get into it and you're wondering if you should now. I'd say this is probably the lowest price level I would consider still getting a partial short. If we go lower, I wouldn't do it. But there's a good chance that we see another opportunity tomorrow, but we may not. That's why I say a partial short, because if we get another opportunity tomorrow, I would add to it. If we don't, then at least I didn't miss out on the drop. Oh, and I forgot to answer your question. Is my feeling that we still go down this month? If you're talking about SPY, yeah, we've got a pretty sharp drop, imminent, like within the next at the latest, like Monday morning. But my sense is that it's probably starts tomorrow. And then we have lows here around the 16th, 17th, 18th, maybe. Then we go back into highs here. January and February are really like sideways, these price swingy in almost everything I looked at. Right? So you want to get into a short position, and then tomorrow morning there'll be a key support level on like a 1 month chart scale that'll be highlighted in the morning. That'll be a low, like our first low for the day, I should say. But see, there's also cross-reading congruencies here for highest high correlations. So tomorrow looks like a pretty important day. But I think we probably have an opportunity at some point to add to the short positions. In any case, you could close out of the short positions in the morning when you see an important support level on like a 1 month chart scale minimum. It could be like 473-ish or 474-ish. It could be 472-ish, 472.60-ish. Looks like we rally out of a trough and then turn around and go much lower at the end of the day. Will SPY have lower January lows next week? That's a yes, AV. The lows of the month are next week. Lows of the month are next week. But I just want to point out we've got the new moon, which is the moon. If you're not familiar with it, it's probably the most reliable stock market indicator in existence. It's not always on point, just like everything. Infinity's got all sorts of permutations, so nothing's ever always. Nothing is ever always. That's a funny statement. In any case, The new moon is at 7 a.m. or just a little bit before 7 a.m. tomorrow. Eastern. And that's generally like you see a pivot like a couple days before the new moon and the full moon. And the new moon is going to correlate to like just appearing a few days after a local top in the market. This is like a local top, right? This is a local top. This is a local top. You know, local. You could say that's a local top. So that's taking place tomorrow. Funny. I was looking at my calendar and I notated it right there to help myself. But the thing here is on the 10th, this price level, on the 10th, this Princess of Swords price level. This is a type of price level that you could trade in both directions around, right? So you could have traded into it and used it as an exit. Now, as instructed, we would be using it as an entry for a short position. At some point we exit out of the short position. And at that time, probably here on the 17th, 18th, hard to say exactly, but I'll look at that in more detail when we get closer. Point being is that then you'd want to get back into a long position because we're most likely going to revisit these price levels again. This Princess of Swords price level, most likely revisited it again here around the 24th or maybe the 26th. Right? So you could trade moving back into it again and utilize that price level as an exit. That's how you use the Princess of Swords for trading. So then you go into the 10th and you look for the important price level on the 10th. We had a couple of them. And look at that G-cline, guys. Woo! We nailed that. We nailed that high to a low, guys. I mean, come on. So, I would probably consider this science price level. Princess of Swords is probably this price level right here. Matter of fact, I'm going to mark it off as that. Okay, so in a case like this, we probably finish bumping up against resistance at like in the last few minutes. Probably like right around here or something, or we go lower and then it would be resistance here around the science card. But I'm going to mark this off as oops. And if you're new to SO meta analysis, what I'm doing is I'm taking the timing of specific cards. There's cards in SO meta analysis. There's certain cards that are like price level markers. Wow, I wonder if we go all the way back up to the high. That'd be something else. But there is this important price level here. I wonder. I'd be surprised if we go all the way back, but it's looking like we might based on how it's moving right now. We got 5 minutes left. Anyhow, so what I'm doing is I'm marking off the price levels in relation to, like, the science card here is one of the markers here in the pre-market at this price level. And then on the 1 month, the Princess of Swords, I'm going to mark it up here at that pivot point. ETCG. And also it was like even that statement. So can it get does it go any higher in the month of January as compared to today? So on a linear time, in linear time that makes sense, but time isn't linear in the fifth dimension. Like you have to specify in the remainder of January. Otherwise, it could give you a yes because it was higher at one point in January. You know what I mean? And I got a yes for that. Yeah, see, I feel like this is the resistance right around here that we come up. Yeah. Like I said, it would have been surprising if it went all the way to that. Yeah, just trying to give guidance for those of you that utilize the system at home. I know that some of the guys on here do the aCcUrAtE readings on their own successfully. So just trying to give some extra help, you know. The question, the level of clarity of the question is like the excuse me the level of clarity or the quality of clarity of the answer is a direct reflection of the quality of clarity of the question. The clearer the question, the clearer the answer becomes. And with that said, guys, I think I'll roll here. Um, so just to recap, this would be a great place to open up a partial short, or if you opened up a partial short down here, I would say add to that partial short right here in the last few minutes. And then you have an opportunity to close those shorts in the morning at an important price level on like a 1 year chart scale, important support level on a 1 year chart scale there. And then there's actually several places you could also close it maybe at the end of the day is a possibility too. I wouldn't wait for the end of the day though. And then the other thing is that in the morning you could open up a long position in the morning for a day trade. Don't do it if you're not doing a day trade. I would say open up a long position for a day trade here in the morning at that important price level. And then midday, there should be a pretty notable move to the upside, maybe even like a breakout on a 1 day chart. There'll be like a near overbought crest, like a big like a breakout on a 1 day chart, or like a really sudden move to the upside on a 1 day chart there, just around noontime, maybe a little bit before, maybe a little bit after, but in the midst of that move, it'll create a near overbought crest. I would get out of the longs for a day trade there at that near overbought crest. You might be leaving some on the table, but that would be a good place to get out from a safe standpoint. And it actually looks like this. We're going to have a couple days to add to the short position. We'll be able to add to it here. Looks like we'll probably be able to add to it on the 12th. Yeah, and there's that unicursal. The reason being is that I'm looking at the 1 month, and when you take a closer look, these are cross-reading congruencies on the daily readings where they appear on the 1 month in relation in time, right? So like the Queen of Swords here on the 12th in the sequence of events, it appears on the 12th on the 1 day reading for the 12th, correlations to it towards the end of the day, indicating that we're on track at the end of the day of the 12th for the sequence of events. And then we start seeing the unicursal hexagram energy here on the 16th, right? 17th. Death card on the 16th. Death card on the 17th. Death card on the 18th. Probably, this is probably where we have a low here on the 18th. Could be the same low, though, as the 17th. Hard to say. Um, as far as adding to a short, I would add to a partial short. If I was doing like a multi-day decline kind of trade, I'd probably add to a partial short midday at that overbought crest, and maybe at the end of the day if we're at a high at the very end of the day. I would probably be looking like setting up my short to exit out here on like the 18th probably here. And that's it for today, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. Whole purpose of the channel. That's why we're doing it here. You know where to go. You know what to do. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys tomorrow.